really tried hard to look great for the team. Trying to look good for the team. Wonder if I should. Ooh, how do I do this? Trying to put it up by my mouth hole. Oh yeah, that's more. That's more better. Feels good. Feels like it's right in my face. Okay, welcome. We're gonna do a little bit of modern. Ooh. So that what does this do now? It puts us on all the things.
Anybody from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch can chat in that one.
Outstanding. Outstanding. So yeah, so we're gonna fire up a little bit of modern. We're gonna it's modern right now is cray, as the kids say. It's wild and woolly, and it's full of 0 mana things, or things that don't have a mana cost. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that was crazy. I don't know if that was the right move. We're like, oh, now I can't hear anything. Dude. Yeah. All right.
Messing with the volume, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we're just playing around. We're out here. Even streaming is the Wild West right now. Even just figuring out the stream. I still want this to be higher up. Because I feel like I'm leaning down to talk. Ooh. I almost bit the mic. Okay. Modern. Now just like the Wild West.
You can control your volume here in your headphones.
Oh, but it doesn't affect the other volume?
That's just your headphones.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I like that. I like being able to hear what I sound like. It's unsettling, but it's also great.
I feel like when I talk into a microphone, I have a lisp, which I don't even know if it's true.
No, there's no lisp, but you just can hear the S sounds really good. Sorry, really well. Let's try to be grammatically correct on this stream. Okay, so we're going to try Affinity. I've been told that there are other versions of Affinity. This one is kind of the power out a bunch of 0 mana things. We got Ginger Brute for the kids at home. Who thought this was going to show up in Modern? No one, probably. Probably the Ginger Brute didn't even think that. Then we got this wild and woolly thing. This is one of the new artifacts, one of the new cards for Modern Horizons. It just creates a big honker, is what it does. And then we have this beautiful fella over here. So when we have a lot of artifacts out, then it's just pay a blue mana, get a 2/2 flyer, and draw 2 cards. Yep. Rubina's got to be excited about Ginger Brute. Ginger Brute doesn't do a lot in this deck, but, maybe there's going to be a time where it does. And then Urza's Saga, this card is busted. Anybody that does Modern Horizons pre-release and gets this card, you probably just made some bank, is all I'm saying. And the Modern players are going to fight over who gets to trade for it from you or give you their cash money dollars. This card is broken in Modern anyway. It's probably just okay for like Kitchen Table or Commander, but in Modern, this card is bonkers. Let's take a look at this is also a Modern Horizons card, Sojourner's Companion. It's just a salamander, so of course I'm going to play it. Oh, Hulk's Hammer, welcome to the chat and to the world.
Hey, Hulk. I'm here, but I'm just roaming around, so I'll make guest appearances from time to time.
Yeah, Kyle is doing actual work. I'm doing this. I'm just being on on screen here.
But I greatly appreciate the lurk.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see those lurks. Okay. All right. So I think what we'll do is we're going to jump into a league here. No, we do not want to play Hardened Scales. We want to play Affinity in this modern league. And we want to see if we can just get lucky one time or 5 times. We'll take any number of luck. Ooh. Stepped on my cord. That didn't feel great on the ear hole. You look at all these people with all these trophies, like that means that they went 5-0 in a league. This person did it 56 times this season. I don't even think I've played 56 leagues in my entire. Well, maybe I've played that many in my entire life, but that's a person that's going hard. This is their life now. The Tunneling Cat. We don't know who that is, but it's a good name. Aspiring Spike is a very famous, well, I shouldn't say very, but a pretty famous streamer. One of the big ones. Really, really good brewer. There's no way he's taking time off to do this. That's all I'm saying. Doomwake, we're in the boat right now of stealing lists from Doomwake. Not this particular deck, but some of our other ones. We've been taking what Doomwake teaches us and putting it to the putting our ability to repeat it to the test. We're not at that level. Let's just be honest about where our level is. Okay. Let's see what happens. The Castermaster we're playing. Okay, so we do not have an artifact land. We do not have a 0-drop artifact. I mean, we're going to keep it, but this is not a great... I mean, I don't love playing Saga on turn 1 because then it makes it so you usually can't get the constructs from it. I don't know how quickly we're going to be able to dump our hand. We're going to keep this, even though we're not going to be able to get... Probably not going to be able to get the constructs off of this. All right. So there's a Horizons card right off the bat. Okay, still didn't find an artifact land. We're going to gamble a little bit here. Cast Bauble. Cast Springleaf Drum. So a decidedly slow start for us this time. A lot of times with the Affinity deck, you don't sack the Bauble right away. You hang on to it for a little while. Oh, we're going to see Grist right away. Okay. So it's going to be a 1/1. All right, so it's going to create a 1/1. Renin 6. Sure. I'm kind of excited. I haven't gotten to see Grist in action yet, so this is going to be exciting for me. Let's play Jar. I think the question is, do we just play plating here? I don't know if it matters too much the order we go in here. Because now the Frogmite is going to be free. I wonder if our opponent's reading Gingerbrute. Like, what does it do? It's going to be exciting, Cody. You're not wrong. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to quite be able to get there this turn. I think plating can just wait, to be honest. We're going to get out. We're going to get Enforcer down. I'm not going to offer Gingerbrute for the insect. So I kind of wonder if Grist is maybe going to eat the insect to kill the Enforcer here. I'm probably gonna cash in Bobble here. Yep. So it sounds like, yeah, it kind of looks like that's what they're gonna do. Cash this in to get rid of the Enforcer. That's fine. I think I'm gonna jar to save it. Okay. I mean, if this is just okay, that's really unfortunate. They're gonna get our plating. Yeah, I'm still fine with bobbling them. Catacombs. So they'll probably fetch that away. It's probably not really smart on my part to do that. But I just wanted to draw a card, so I didn't really want to wait for them. Suppose I could have waited till the end of their turn. Out here punting like crazy. Okay, so Goyf is big. See what we draw. See what we come up with here. Okay, so one, two. We have 4 artifacts. We can go up to 5 with Frogmite. I think I'm just. I want to get the Karnstruct. But I also don't want to lose this to a Thoughtseize. What else can this do? Okay. We can kind of force the issue to make them do that to the Karnstruct. Alternatively, if... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would have to pay... Yeah, I don't think there's any realistic way that we would be able to make the Karnstruct and do this turn. So I think our play is just pass and make the Karnstruct on their end step. They're probably just going to make an insect here, which is fine. I'd be very surprised, unless they have another one. Sure. So Ren probably shoots Gingerbrute unless they don't have another land. That's fine. Yeah, I think if I make this now, it's just opening the door for them to eat it with Grist. So okay, they milled over lot B, which is fine. Let's draw a land here. Sweet. We'll take it. Okay, so the problem that we have now is we're not going to have blue to cast Monitor, but we still really just want this Karnstruct, so we're not doing anything with Frogmite, so fine. You can even imagine this deck with Mox Opal. If we had Opal here, we would just be off to the races like big time. I think actually I'd take Springleaf Drum, Citadel. Springleaf Drum lets me cast Monitor. Pretty sweet. Okay. Cast Bauble. Okay, now we have a 10-10. So I feel pretty good about attacking with a 10-10. Honestly, they'll block no matter where I go. I mean, no matter if I go after Grist or Ren or anything, they're gonna go. They're gonna block. So I think I'm just gonna go after them because their life total's in a lot of danger here next turn. Okay. So I would assume they're going to fetch now. Sure. All right. So now I think we can safely look at their... I mean, they could Thoughtseize us. You know? Oh, they're going to get Lot V. Okay. So Lot V is... like, if they decide to cast it, is kind of just an automatic uptick against our board. Like, it would be very, very, very surprising for them to decide, okay, so they're minusing, they're going to kill a Karnstruct, probably this one. Yep. Totally fine. Yep. Probably plussing. Hard to imagine they don't plus here. Oh my gosh, they didn't. They decided to make us sack a creature. Well, I mean, fine. Sure. So they have Planeswalker Tron assembled. Should I make this bigger up here? How do I do that? What did I just do?
Hold on that. Oh, you might have to pull on the next one down. That little guy. And then pull down on it. Oh, there you go.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay. All right. A little technical excitement going on over here. All right, let's see what we find. Hopefully it's good. It is good. Well, it's not great, but it's fine. Let's cast this. Okay, so I think Thought Monitor goes after Grist. Construct goes after them. Frogmite goes after Latvi. Enforcer goes after Ren. I think that's the play, right? Because they're off of the top of their deck now, and we want to get Grist off the field because it allows them to have blockers. Okay, so let's send this one after Latvi. Let's send this one after Ren. Let's send this one after their life total. I think that's the play. This might be wrong. Oh, you looking for Kyle? Oh my gosh. All right. So let's see. They protected Ren, which is understandable. Their other two walkers are going to die. Their other creature is going to die. Goyf lives, but it doesn't really do any good for them. I would assume they're going to fetch here. That's totally fine. That's good. It's good for the world. All right, so let's see what they're going to draw. They're drawing Verdant Catacombs. They might scoop it up right here.
High and by. I'm guessing that's Cody.
Yeah, he probably just saw you on camera.
Oh, sorry.
Cody likes to be out here living his dreams, and I fully support that.
That's fair. Cody is a dream.
He is a dream. I'm hopefully going to play some Magic with him later. That would really be adding to the dream. Okay, so they're getting back a Catacomb. Did I say something to trigger the Jamie wasn't invited thing? There's a lot of dad bods in this room. And in the world, let's be fair.
Now, Mark, don't forget when you kill him to hit your button over here.
Which button do I hit? Here, we're going to try some sound effects. That was crazy. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. That is definitely not the one. Crickets, well, that's not the one. We don't want to laugh at ourselves. We're just playing around with we're out here playing around with buttons. All right. I think we just smash. Oh yeah, Planeswalker Tron. I did say that. Okay. Well, we got game one. We want Soul Guide Lantern, I think. We want Etch Champion, I think. I don't know if we want Dismember. Yeah, I don't know. Cody, it's a tough life, man. We're just trying to make it one day at a time. Do I want Stub? How likely is this to be good? First, okay, let's think about what we're cutting here. We're probably cutting like a Frogmite, a couple Ginger Brutes. Sorry, Ginger Brutes. You're being replaced by Etch Champion this game. Maybe we're cutting a Plating. So then the question is, do we want to cut something for Stub or Dismember? If we do, it's probably a Bauble that we're cutting. Bauble takes away from some of our more explosive draws. That's for That's a fact. I think the next question is, what are they going to bring in against us? I don't know that Jund plays like the hard affinity hosers anymore, which is one of the reasons why this deck is around. I mean, I'm sure they're playing some artifact hate because all the food decks are running around, Asmo food. So I'm not sure if we want something else. I think I'm going to stay here and just see if they bring in anything else that we need to care about that kind of wrecks us. Let's just hope they don't bring anything that wrecks us. How about that? Okay, this is a criminally slow draw for us. I mean, yeah, we got to put some stuff out right away. But we don't have any of the payoffs, and we don't want to draw 4 lands when none of those lands is Urza Saga. Like, that's just not what our deck wants to be doing. So even though we have Soul Guide Lantern, it's not good enough to keep this hand, I don't think. 3 lands in Saga. We cannot quite go Frogmite turn 1, but we'll still keep this. I think we're putting Nexus on the bottom. A little risky. Okay. So if they might be thought seizing. If they're thought seizing us, I think there's a good chance. Oh, they're not. They're going to play Hierarch. Okay. Oh, cool. So we just miraculously got there to getting the turn 1 Frogmite. Okay. Perfect. And we're not gonna ditch Bobble right now because it lets us do Thought Cast next turn. I mean, if they Thought Cast out of our hand, or if they cast Lot-V this turn, Liliana of the Veil, for anybody that hears me say Lot-V and they're like, what are you talking about? If they cast Liliana this turn, Ragavan with dash. Okay. I mean, I'm going to trade a Frogmite for it. 10 million% going to trade a Frogmite for this. I wonder if they don't have a land, I wonder if they just scoop to me trading Frogmite for this. Oh, they had land. Okay. All right. So probably just, oh man. Life rewards you sometimes. That's all I'm saying. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. Do I wait another turn on Saga? I mean, they can't Thoughtseize it out of my hand. So I guess we're going for the go fast plays here. Now I can attack because I'm not worried about them dashing in Ragavan against us. I can't tell you how excited I am that I traded a free spell for Ragavan. It was a good feel. And now I really want them to waste part of their turn. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to bobble them even though I know they're going to fetch. There's no point in bobbling us. So we might be able to get them to just fetch out of spite. Well, I mean, they're probably going to fetch anyway. It doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so if they put instant in the graveyard or Planeswalker, then they grow Goyf. Ooh, they got us with Void Mirror. Not really. We can still cast spells because we can make colored mana. Okay. Boy, okay. Saga, fine. Attack with Ornithopter to send a message. Is that what we do here? I think we'll just stand pat. I mean, they have some spells that could really, really, really hurt us. I mean, K Command would be absolutely brutal. I don't understand what's going on. Oh, Grist, okay. So they could nuke Sojourner here. Oh, they're not going to do that. Oh, they dumped Fatal Push. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sweet. All right, so let's cast Thought Monitor. Now we have a clock. So Sojourner, we have enough artifacts that it won't even let us pay mana to cast it, so we can't do that. I don't even know if we really need to be honest. All right. So I think if I'm them and they want to, I think if I'm them, I probably minus Grist on the flyer. But they're going to have to draw well because we're going to make a bunch. I mean, we're on a path right now that just makes a bunch of Karnstructs. The reason it has the name Karnstruct is Karn Scion of Urza made these same tokens. Okay. I just would honestly be surprised if it's not the flyer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. They're in trouble. They're in some like huge trouble now. Okay. Another affinity card that we can't cast. They don't have anything in their graveyard right now that we care about. We could just put Soul Guide Lantern out because, let's see, we only have artifact and creature in our sideboard, so like Goyf is not very big. Okay. So yeah. This one. Okay, so let's make... I want to make another one off of this, but we're just not going to have enough mana to do that. So I think we will make a Karnstruct here. And these are just going to start being a huge beating. I mean, they're in a position now where they practically have to scoop just to how huge these Karnstructs are going to be. They have to draw ways to deal with them. Otherwise, they just lose. Okay, so now I can even, if I really want to, I can get Springleaf Drum, Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, double Lantern seems good. I think I'm going to take Jar just because it protects the stuff that we have out. Okay, so I'm going to cast Lantern off of blue mana. I think I'll take Fatal Push because it's the only instant in any graveyard right now. probably doesn't make that much difference, honestly. Okay. So, oh, yeah, there's land. So, land, sorcery, artifact, creature. I don't think we can get it below that. Because we have all of those card types. I mean, they're just going to have to throw Hierarch under the bus here. Huh. You can do the petition, Cody. You'll probably get some signatures. I mean, Urza Struct is harder to say. And I actively don't like it as much. Even though it's coming from this land. What are you going to do, opponent? Sure. I'd assume they're going to target one. I'd assume they're going to target this. Yep, that's fine. We're going to jar to save it. It's fine. Okay. Okay. They don't even have anything in their graveyard I want to nuke right now. Unless they have something, they're just dead on board. I suppose. I mean, they could have K command. They could kill a Karnstruct and then blow up Memnite or whatever. I guess. Yeah. Okay. K command. Oh, they're gonna get back Grist. They can't cast it though. I don't know that I understand that at all. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just get rid of it. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it makes any difference. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Plating. Well, plating it means they're dead. They have no card. Oh, yeah, and we can cast it too. So, as much as I want to make the construct here just for reasons, I'm just going to float the mana and go find another jar. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at this point. Cast plating. Should scoop it up right here. They're dead. GG's opponent. Where's our cheer button? Sure. The cheer button. Nice. Okay. 1-0 with our crazy artifact deck. Affinity. We'll take more matches again. I don't know. I mean, Jund isn't probably like a perfect matchup because K command, Kolaghan's command it's a really, really, really good card against us. Void Mirror did slow us down, but it didn't end up mattering. It's not very good against us as I shouldn't say not very good. It's just it's significantly less of a problem for us because we're playing a bunch of color producing artifact lands, and we're also playing Springleaf Drum. So we have ways of making colored mana, and pretty solid. But you saw the power of Urza's Saga in that match. Like, just a busted Magic card. We have no 0 mana things. We don't have... I mean, this is a really slow clock. I feel like we can do better. We did not do better. we did not do better. Well, now we're just keeping this because we don't have a choice. We're going to bottom 2 artifact lands. And just probably just have everything go wrong. Maybe our opponent will mold a 5. We'll keep this one, and we'll just... I don't know if it makes any... I don't know if it honestly makes any difference here, what we do. What's our best play? I think I want to get Drum out just in case. I think our best case scenario is that next turn we get a creature. Thoughtseize? Well, mold a 5, get Thoughtseized. Not a formula for victory, fans. That's not how we do it. Oh, good. Another Springleaf Drum. Urza's Saga, you need to save us. I don't know what you can do. The artifacts that it can find in this deck are not game-saving ones. They're just value ones. Okay. Well, we didn't find a creature. So I guess we're casting Plating. This is probably gonna eat a Drown in the Lock. Oh, maybe not. All right. Totally fine with it not getting Drowned in the Lock. All right, our opponent is stuck on 2 lands. Drown in the Lock is still... Okay. Okay. Thought Monitor... If Thought Monitor doesn't get countered... What do we need here? I'm going to get Jar just because I think there's a good chance that... All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have 7 artifacts. This is not going anywhere this turn. So let's just tap it to cast Thought Monitor. Is this going to get drowned? I don't even know. I don't think they can drown it. It's too expensive. Oh, hello. Mitty, welcome. Watching some Modern. We're casting Artifact Boys. I'd take a bauble and a land, honestly. All right. Well, this is probably going to get wrecked. But we get to just cast this Sojourner. Like, this Thought Monitor just absolutely broke us out of jail. I think from a mana efficiency standpoint, I'm just going to equip this now. I mean, it's probably going to get 8. I feel like Drown on the Lock is what they're sitting on. But they can't Fatal Push this creature. Okay, well, we went from basically nothing to all of a sudden now our opponent needs to have some good cards, because if all they have is like discard spells or spells that cost more than these 2 mana they have. Oh, this is rogues. Where's Kyle? He's sitting right there. Look at this. They're casting a rogue. No wonder I couldn't figure out what they were doing. They're trying to mill us. All right. Well, when does this gain Death Touch? If we have 8 or more cards in our graveyard. Look at this thing. Look at this thing out here being a rogue. This seems like a non-bow, if I'm being honest, because this thing right here, this is going to exile all of the cards that go in our graveyard. What is happening? Are they rethinking their life? Okay. Oh, they exiled a Thought Monitor and a Frogmite, 2 things they can't cast. So, I think, if I'm being honest, I think they're just dead now. So, I don't think there's anything they can have. Oh, they're not dead. They can block. They can block the construct. Yeah. Because I could have switched the plating at instant speed. But, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and say that there's like an 84% chance that they bring in Leyline of the Void. So we need Disenchants to deal with that. What else do we need? Probably Etch Champion so they can't target our things. What else do we need? Do we need Dismembers? I don't know how big their creatures get. So we're going down Ginger Brutes. We're going down a Frogmite. And probably 1 Bauble. They're a reactive deck, I think. Maybe Stub. Maybe this is a good matchup for Stub. I guess I don't know for sure. What do we want to do here? I don't know if I want to take out a plating. Maybe I just need to. Okay, we'll try it like this. We'll see how badly we need Dismember or the other counter spells. Because, I mean, what we just did right there could be totally wrong. Just kind of winging it. Trying to figure out life as it comes at us. Here's how close. All right, Mitty. Bye. I did not even pay attention to the fact that they had Lurrus in their deck. Okay, so what does this hand do for us? We can go turn 1 Thopter pass probably, and then put down Saga on turn 2 with Springleaf Drum. I'm fine with that. Okay. Well, they did not put down a ley line. So my guess is that IOK takes Springleaf Drum. I guess it could take Thopter too. But Springleaf Drum makes more sense to me. Unless they really are reliant on an artifact or enchantment that I don't know about. Then they would take Disenchant. But if they don't have anything for us to disenchant, then it's Thopter or Springleaf. Okay. Sure. Okay. That's fine. Bobble. They force of negation it? I would love it. I would absolutely love it if that's what they did. Do it, you cowards. Do it. All right. Ornithopter. This is going to be a slower one. Quite a bit slower. Disenchant might be just a dead card. Like, I don't know. I just think that it seems likely that they would play Leyline. I mean, they might just not have had it. Oh, I take that back. Why am I worried about Leyline? My brain is worried about Leyline from when I was playing the Asmo decks. Here we go. The classic Void Mirror. Well, I guess we do have something to disenchant. You love to see it, right? Sure. Plating. Okay, so I think I'm going to put down Saga. We're only going to get one Construct off of it at this rate. But putting plating down now just represents a fast clock. I mean, they probably have a way to kill it. Oh my gosh! I wonder if they're actually an Esper Rogues deck. What that would be chaos is all I'm saying. Okay, Inkmoth. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts right now. Inkmoth lets us make a Construct. So I think I'm fine just doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1. Yeah, we still can't play. Well, we couldn't play Mirror Enforcer anyway. We want to pay mana to be able to cast it as long as Void Mirror is out. So, what do I want to do here? I think just pass. I mean, I could have quit plating, but that means that we don't get this Construct. So, I'm sure they see the writing on the wall here. I mean, this creature, being able to get this at the cost of whatever mana is just so dumb. I mean, it's amazing how many games we're winning because a land makes a creature that our opponents can't beat. just not. It's not right.
Getting them.
We'll see. We'll see if we get them.
Malachi sold those blood moons to Taylor.
Oh, those were out of. Oh, okay.
I messaged Taylor. And the Flusterstorm Durass.
Okay. Oh, chaos.
Kids, I tell you.
That's how it is sometimes. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna get another construct out of this, and then see what they want to do. I bet they're feeling really good about. I bet they're feeling really good about drowning our ornithopter right about now. Jar. Okay. Do not cast. Note to self: do not try to cast Mirror Enforcer right now.
That'd be bad.
Yeah. All right. What rogue are they flashing in to block our 7/7? Oh, they have Snapcaster Drown. That's okay. That's why we got Welding Jar. So all they're going to do, basically if they cast Drown right here, it's just a fog. It just prevents 6 damage. Okay. All right. Oh, they milled another Saga. They're cycling on Earth. They're digging. They're trying to find some answers. They're thought seizing. All right. Okay, let me just count up our artifacts just a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so right now, and if I don't activate Ink Moth, so I kind of want to just draw a land. They should probably take Mirror Enforcer, even though they have Void Mirror. Okay. They're just taking this because it's another huge beater. That's fine. So if I kind of want to just draw land here. They have another Void Mirror on top. Okay, Thoughtcast. This says Death Touch, which I don't even care about. They can trade this Enforcer for a construct. I'm fine with that. I think they're playing off the top of their deck. Their next card is Void Mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think my play here is going to be disenchant this. Cast Memnite. And then just kind of hope that or I can just not hope and just make sure that I get down Mirror Enforcer knowing that they can't do anything about Thoughtcast next turn. Or I could hope that I find like a 0 or artifact or a land that lets me put. I mean, that's the greedy play. I think we'll save it. We'll just cast Enforcer. Okay, plating doesn't matter this turn. We weren't going to have enough artifacts to be able to kill with Nexus, so I think they throw that under the bus. Take 7. Now they cast Void Mirror and die. Sweet. I tell you what, like, that's the second opponent in a row that's tried to nuke our deck with Void Mirror, and it's like, look, man, we're playing these colored mana sources. Well, it is, I think, probably fine. It's a fine sideboard option. I think it's just we have so many, like a lot of colored mana sources, honestly. Yeah. Way more than a typical artifact-based deck would have. So it against our deck, it's just not very good.
I got our pre-release info for Modern Horizons.
You what?
Pre-release info's up online.
Oh, the pre-release info for Modern Horizons.
$64.99, not $79.99.
What did you say it was?
$64.99.
$64.99 is the price to do pre-release at Fett's Hut. Modern Horizons 2, Electric Boogaloo, starting on Friday. What time? 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock, yep.
6 o'clock Friday.
Saturday at 2.
Saturday, or you're only doing one on Saturday?
Yeah, unless like people stick around for more, but we didn't get that many kits, so.
Saturday at 2. Boy, that reminds me. This morning, Jeff asked me if I was going to... I ran into Jeff at KT, and he was like, oh, you're going to... I asked him, I'm like, are we doing Cthulhu? And then he goes, well, maybe we could. And then I was like, oh, man, I feel like I'm supposed to do something Saturday. And now I think that this is what I thought I was supposed to do. But sorry, say that again, Saturday, what you think?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, but not another one?
I'll do another one if people want to.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't advertise it because I don't know how many people are going to show up for the first 2.
I hope there's quite a few people for the first 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm vaccinated. I'm out here living my life.
Doing the deed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, match.
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can play against another one of these mid-range decks that tries to stop us with Void Mirror. That would really be where we want to... That's where we want to be in our life. Okay, this hand is weird. Like, super weird. So we can cast all these 0 mana things on turn 1 and then do literally nothing. We're just absolutely dead after that. So this is a goner. Okay, so this one we probably ditch plating. Wait, are they going first? Let's see. No, I'm going first. Okay, so yeah, we'll bottom one of the platings. Citadel. Thopter. Springleaf. Okay. So this hand's not like great. I mean, we had to mulligan, so. Oh, an untapped breeding pool. Oh, guys, we're playing against merfolk. Get on the bandwagon of merfolk.
People still play Merfolk?
Well, they played a 2/2 on turn 1, Kyle. And oh my God! And they got us with force. They blew us out with force. Okay, well, there are times. I mean, it's unbelievable the number of times that Force of Negation gets cast in a modern game, And the fact that the opponent had it just straight up decided the game. And that's about what we're going to run into here. We have to find Thoughtcast probably, or another plating. I mean, at least our opponent didn't have Aether Vial, so they can't just go off. I think it was Malachi was asking about a blue-green Merfolk list. And it's like, well, now you can go back and watch the video and see how badly we get blown out by this. Oh, my God. I'm going to tell you something right now. Of all the cards that we did not need to draw, we did not need to draw a land that wasn't Urza's Saga. I will choose not to attack with my Ornithopters. My Ornithopters are basically just little lumps of metal right now. Oh, they're creatures, but you're not attacking with them, and you're not blocking with them? Then what are you doing with them? You know what I'm doing with them, guys? I'm losing. That is what I'm doing with them right now. Okay, Merfolk, bashing our face. Let's draw. Oh, Welding Jar. Okay, we can scoop this one up. You know the funny thing is they did not. Let's say they had not forced plating, we might have got there just with just a plating. Yeah, that's the one we wanted right there. Holy smokes. Talk about a perfect audio. Okay, so we want Etch Champions, we want Dismembers. I suppose I could camp Spell Pierce and Stub against Force, but they just don't do anything against any of their other cards. Canonist. Is that better than some of our other artifact creatures? I mean, probably not. They're a deck that is playing Aether Vial. So they're blue-green. What else are they gonna bring in to try and hose us? Are they gonna this could be another Void Mirror deck. Okay, so let's see. What's our go-to? We cut a Frogmite. We cut a Bauble. We cut a Plating. Oh no, sorry, we do not cut a Plating. Well, yeah, we probably cut a Plating, but we're gonna cut these Ginger Brutes. The Ginger Brutes go out every time because we're bringing in Etch Champion. And I feel like they're going to bring in Force of Vigor probably against us. I guess I don't know how many green Merfolks they're playing or what other green cards they're playing. That's maybe the big question. It turns out that it's really helpful if you know the meta. And it turns out that it's helpful if you know how to play Magic. Which both of those things, like look at this person's avatar. This is a person that knows how to play Magic, okay? You got this cool little symbol here. Yeah. They even have, they got a Planeswalker that's just like, come at me, bro. Like, okay. They're playing green too. Apparently Merfolk are green. Who would have thunk? Okay, we want to play first. In. I'm in this time. Here, let's just start it off. Let's just cast Jar right away. Let's cast Bauble. Let's cast this Let's put this bridge into play. We have 3 artifacts. We about to go off next turn. Are you setting that up so you can commentate?
I'm setting it up for you to make it easier to adjust your Mikey.
I refuse to adjust my Mikey. Even though I kind of did earlier. Okay. So, we're going to play Saga. Ooh, getting some business inquiries. Not really. They're just friends asking questions. Hopefully, watching the stream, you love to see it. Okay. Okay. So I can just cast plating. Whoops, that's not what I want. Come on now. So we got kind of a slow start that time. All right. I would really appreciate it, opponent, if you did not have something awesome to deal with. Oh, listen. They're gonna turn Saga into an island probably. Which, if they do, that's kind of funny, honestly. It's good to be back. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can just cast Thoughtcast. Hopefully draw an untapped land. I don't know if you realize this, but none of those are untapped lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still can't get there, but we can attack. Watch them violin that green one that they had last time. Sweet. We got that sweet damage. Okay. So now next turn we can go Springleaf, Sojourners. Play another land, opponent. Please tell me you do not just have an entire handful of gas. Man, we had a whole bunch of viewers, and now we don't have a bunch of viewers anymore. Yeah, sometimes it happens. What on earth? So they're gonna violin a lord is the thing. So I don't really want, essentially, with Welding Jar, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll just take the damage. They can violin their lord. It's fine. The blue-green lord, you love to see it. It's just so weird to play this one. Like, the other lords are, I mean, unless they're playing the other lords on top of this, which I would hope they are, because the other ones give Island Walk. Okay. Land. Yes. All right, so now we're just gonna equip this Frogmite with plating. We're gonna turn this into a monster, and they're probably gonna have to throw a lord under the bus to deal with it. Bada bang. I'll trade Jar. What are they doing? The feels, man. This is not what I wanted to see from a Merfolk. That's Dismember. No wonder it's like a whatever ticks card. So they're just taking the damage. I'm tempted to just springleaf drum to put the plating on this thing. That way I can... I mean, it means that I take more damage next turn and probably a crap load of damage. But... Okay, I'm kind of down to just see what they draw here. Okay, man. So they're drawing another Lord, which means that this is all of their lands right here. And they're just drawing gas. They're just drawing, oh, here's my beat sticks. They went off of 2 up to 3, so that means they have Reejerey. It's like this whole deck is just mono Lords. Because they play another one. They'll play another Mistbinder here and blast us for 8 this turn. I'm going to be very upset if they untap Vial and put down another Reejerey. If they do that, I mean, I'll still take my draw step. Oh my god. They're about to have 4 Merfolk Lords out here. Okay. Okay, so I think they're banking on... Alright, so I can just cast Memnite. I mean, I'm going to lose this race. That's the thing that really sucks. See if they oh, they didn't force it. So now I have a 9/9. But, I mean, it's going to get tapped by Reejerey. So, what do I do here? Part of me that wants to just blast in there with Frogmite and eat one of the Lords and try to stay alive. I mean, this isn't lethal. So if they can cast another Lord next turn, they just win. But sitting back is not gonna. I don't have a flyer. I don't have a creature with evasion. If I had a creature with evasion, I could probably win the game. Yeah, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna try to bash them. They're probably just trying to figure out if it's worth it to just be at 1 life. It is. So, okay. So if they can cast another Merfolk this next turn, they just win the game on the spot. Done deal. All right, let's just yield to these vials here. But they need to be able to cast one. All right, they're vialing in probably a Lord, I would assume. Yep, now they have Island Walk. We don't have an island, though. All right, so I think they just win, right? They have... Yeah, they just win. Okay. Well, So Merfolk creature deck problem didn't work out for us at all. I mean, to be fair, that game 2, it's like they drew at least twice as many Merfolk Lords as they did lands. They basically had nothing but Aether Vials, lands, and Merfolk Lords. Did Taylor send you a list of cards that he wants?
He sent me 4 that I'm looking for right now.
Oh, okay. There was a negotiation that was happening, like on the side. Look at this. We're facing another person and they have like an inverter. 2020 Pioneer Showcase Prestige. They're just a Pioneer legend. The King, 3603.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. Well, Cassius Marsh calls himself King of Foils. Makes you wonder it'd be pretty awesome if it was Cassius Marsh.
Probably is.
So let's see. How close can we get? We can't get Frogmite. Okay. I mean, this is still probably okay.
Gondolin, that's an awesome name.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know who Fall of Gondolin is.
It's probably somebody really cool.
Yeah, there's no way that the person is not cool. Yeah. I mean, they're watching this stream. Wait, that's an indictment. Sorry. You do other cool things besides watch a stream. We have sound effects now, though, so. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that one. We don't want that one. We don't want any of those. There's the one we wanted. Oh, we're cheering for Zach.
Oh, Zach, what's up, buddy?
That's exciting.
Hey, Zach.
Zach came to watch. Listen.
Great to see
Listen, look at what's happening right now. So somebody else was like,
Mirror match.
oh man. I see your awesome turn 1 and I raise you 2 Frogmites.
Got him.
Oh, they're playing this version.
That's bad.
Yeah, this could be suboptimal. Oh, but we have Ginger Brute. Ginger Brute's going to solve all of our problems. We need another land or another way to make mana. Yeah, we're about to get bodied right here. Yep, Saga, yep, Plating, yep. Yep. It's only 6. We'll take 6. Maybe 7. I'm going to tap Overseer and make it 7. Sure. Okay, so now... Bridge.
Give me some Gingy love.
Ginger Brute. We're going to equip this to... Thopter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts. So that becomes an 8, so we hit them for 10, down to 6. die on the crackback. Probably we die on the crackback because of the flyers. So maybe we want to leave Ornithopter. Maybe we just want to put it on Frogmite. I would assume they're just going to take the 10. I think attacking with Frogmite here is just free. Okay. So I don't know if that's going to help us or not. I mean, they can make a Karnstruct. But the fact that we now can block their Ornithopter is kind of important. And if they attack with it again, I think, okay, so they'll make a Karnstruct, it'll go up to 8, then they'll buff and it'll go up to 9. I think we just take it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think we just have them. Animate Nexus. Quit plating. I guess they could have main deck. Yeah, they did not have main deck Dismember. So we didn't even need Ginger Brute. Okay, what do we do against these guys? Well, I'll tell you one thing we do. We disenchant them. And we dismember them. We might even be doing these things to them. Question is, what are we taking out? We gotta for sure take out 4 cards right now. So Jar, we can maybe go down to 1. Just have a silver bullet off of Urza's Saga. Still probably want Ginger Brute because we need ways to get through. It's going to be a fast fight. Yeah, I don't know that we can play these. Maybe we just go down all the jars. I don't really want to do that, though, because it just makes our early draws so much worse. The Ginger Brute is one of our only ways to get through against them. I wonder if we can just go down our island. I don't know. We'll try that. Everything's a little kinky. I think we're gonna try this. It's not a very fast start, but we'll do it. My lobes are a little too big for the headphones on this bad boy. Sure. Thopter. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Bridge. Memnite. I think really it's just a question of whether or not they have a big payoff here. I mean, we don't need to draw any more lands unless there is a saga. Oh man, that's gonna help them big time. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is a goner. We already lost this one. Yeah, that was the we. I mean, in all fairness, like I'm just being honest, like we might already be dead. I mean, I'm not going to be able to block anyway. So we'll just get in the damage while we can. If they have a land to follow up here, oh my god, yeah, this is done. You can scoop it up right now. Yep. Game's over with already. Okay. Well, just a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. We can play another one to get up to 5. We can play a flyer. I mean, I think we're just dead. Honestly. Oh my gosh. I mean, this flyer lets us, block something. But they're going to get another construct here. So I don't know. We're basically just dead. Yep. I mean, they're going to get. I mean, assuming that they have another land, they're going to just get an army of constructs. Man, their mulligan was a hot one. They did so well off of that mulligan. Oh my goodness. So they decided not to make another construct. It begs the question, what exactly they have. All right. So I can't block with Thought Monitor because they'll just buff their creature. So I think what I'm doing here is just chumping the big thing. Sure. Okay. That's good enough for me. I don't think we're too thinned out on artifacts. I think we're still okay. I mean, there's an argument to maybe not play Nettle Cyst instead because it's so slow. I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to bring back in Welding Jar, so. fast can we get to plating or to Frogmite here? Guess we'll keep. I guess the only thing we're doing turn 1 is playing Thopter. So we can play our enters the battlefield tapped. So I guess the big thing we just, you know, like based on the hand that we have right now. Okay. Sure. 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 Well, they had a busted opener. We only have 2 artifacts right now. Up to 3. I mean, there's an argument to play something else, but sure. So if they go Steel Overseer here, that's really bad for us. They brick land drop right here, then okay, well they got Nexus. That's bad. And they got another bobble. And they got plating. Okay, well, now we're in the tank big time. Cuz they're outrunning what we want to do with the same thing. They're going to quit plating here to Thopter probably, or to Signal Pest, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we can't block. Yeah, they got a nut draw for sure. It's just how it goes sometimes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 artifacts right now. If we hit them for 7, they go to 13. They crack us back for, let's see, they are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if they put out 1 more artifact, then Inkmoth is lethal. If they don't buff Inkmoth and they just leave that on Signal Pest, then we can block it. What does Karnstruck do for us? Does it represent damage that we care about at this point? I think my only path here is to just hit them and then hope that we can do enough damage next turn. I mean, making the Karnstruct just... I mean, it's just they just leave back a blocker. And they're getting card advantage on us too, which is even more brutalizing. Okay, so they're going to make the Karnstruct. That's fine, because that's not lethal. It doesn't attack this turn. Okay. Well, I mean, oh, and they got another Saga. Jeez. Sure. Swinging 7, we go to 5. I don't think there's anything that we can do that saves us here. I think we just die. I mean, I think we just have to block. Okay. Well, we drew Glimmer Void, so that's awful. So now we have to make our own construct. What do we need to take? What works out for us? Ginger Brute's unblockable. I don't think we can get enough artifacts for that to be good, though. Might be our only play. I mean, honestly, it might. I mean, I suppose we could put out another Ornithopter. They only have 1 black mana right now, but I think Ginger Brute is kind of just our one option. So, okay, so if they have a way to kill Thopter, we die. But we're not attacking them with Thopter, so I think we just equip this to Ginger Brute. This isn't going to be good enough. I mean, Ginger Brute can't get through. They're going to make another construct. I guess our best case scenario is to hope that they don't have a kill spell and they just attack with all their flyers. Sure. Okay, so Ginger Brute there's no way that Ginger Brute is lethal. Because they're at 13 life. They have double Ink Moth, so they are definitely going to have that as a blocker. Tagging for 15, we have to do something about that, so I think we just trade, or try to trade anyway. Good, and you? I haven't looked at the chat in a while, so I don't know how long you've been there. Okay. Okay. All right, so theirs is bigger than ours. That's fine. I'm not sure what possible thing could happen here. That is not the thing that could happen. I think we just die. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, we started out hot and now it's going downhill. So let's see if we can finish this league up with a win. Salvage our 3-2. It's not looking great. We started out so good, and now these last 2 rounds. I mean, that affinity, it's not a mirror exactly. they were playing a different version than us. It was a lot of the same cards, but they were playing Steel Overseer. And they got the nut draws. And that's kind of the thing with affinity matchups. Like, if one player gets the nut draw, they're probably going to win, you know. And that's the way that these kinds of decks are built, where the idea is you have all these 0 mana things and you're trying to go fast and trying to get the game over with quickly. You know, you just have a few things that are like your big threats, like cranial plating or whatever. So you're just trying to get there with those kinds of things. And so a lot of the times when you're doing a mirror, you know, the deck has like a handful of Haymaker cards, and then they also have the super fast stuff. So if one player gets the super fast draw and can get out ahead, or if one player just finds their Haymakers quicker, that's pretty much going to decide the games every time. You know, and there's like elements of, I mean, you saw it in that last game. Like, there was kind of an element of skill and like setting up blocks and how many artifacts you're going to have. But like, you know, we didn't have the right mana to make, because, you know, if we would have had the mana set up to where we could have done the instant speed attach with cranial plating, that might have made some difference. But, you know, I mean, our opponent just had better stuff at the end of the day, that match. I mean, yeah, we can keep. So our opponent's playing first. We would take like one of our 0 mana creatures. I think would be fine. All right, perfect. So we can go Saga, Bauble, Thopter, Springleaf, Thoughtcast, Bauble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We played 7 cards to start the game. We don't have any other affinity things in our hand right now, so I think we're going to crack one of these baubles for sure. Oh, this is going to be the Cascade deck. Sure. Let's take a look and see what they have on top. Okay, Island. Let's see. If we crack this, we go down to just 2 artifacts, so I think we'll leave the other baubles here. Okay. So they're going to make some rhinos next turn. They're going to make a couple of them rhinos next turn is what's going to happen. If all they do is make a Bone Crusher Giant, we just stand up and start cheering. Oh my God. They don't have another land. I mean, so this isn't perfect for us because it means we don't get a construct. Oh, they did have land. They might just have all land. That might be the problem. So we know our opponent has these 2 cards out of their 4 cards in hand. Yeah, let's just tap for mana. Okay, what do we want now? We have plating. Maybe we just want Ginger Brute. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Plating. Thopter. Enforcer. If this is, I assume this is the Cascade deck, which means that they like don't really have anything to do here. So we get to hit them. Okay, so our opponent's at 10. I would assume they're going to make rhinos. I guess I could make a Bloodbraid Elf here. I mean, if they cast Bloodbraid, then Bloodbraid can theoretically block Ginger Brute. Because it has haste, like that's the contingency on Ginger Brute. Can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. So they could theoretically do that. At the moment, I don't have lethal on them, so. All right, they're just passing. Cryptic. Tap my creatures and draw a card. Okay. Okay. um, so it's a lesser mana investment to have this equipped to Ornithopter, probably. So we'll just do that instead of doing anything else. Okay, so here comes the army of rhinos. Crashing footfalls. Sure. Okay, if they shock that in, that's a pretty good indicator that they have fire ice in their hand. Sure. Plating number 2. I think I'm fine just casting this Nettle Cyst. Because this is a thick boy right here. I mean, I guess they could. They could have Brazen Borrower, and they could just petty theft this creature. That's, I suppose, the other thing they could have if they don't have fire ice. Okay. Oh, they bounced the plating. That's fine. So we know they have a forest in hand. Okay, they just scooped her up. Okay, so here's how we're going to deal with this deck. We're going to bring in Aethersworn Canonist. It says, each player who has cast a non-artifact spell this turn can't cast additional non-artifact spells. Now, that will not help us against Shardless Agent, but if they use any of their other Cascade spells, they will not be able to Cascade into anything but Shardless Agent out of their deck. So I think I'm fine with that. I'm also probably going to bring in Stub here. And maybe even Spell Pierce, because if they don't get to Cascade into the Rhinos, their deck is just kind of a slow, clunky. I mean, it's a creature deck, and they can do stuff with it. They're not going to bring in a Leyline. They're probably not going to bring in big artifact hate. Dismember is, I mean, it would be fine, but these spells are pretty good at stopping what they're trying to do. Maybe I will not do Spell Pierce. Maybe we'll just do these 4 cards. So I think we want Miser Jar still. Maybe we want 2 jar and 3 bobble instead. Okay, then we'll take out 1 plating and I guess 1 ginger brute, maybe. They don't have flying. Maybe we just don't need ginger brute at all. And we'll keep the baubles. Because they really, I mean, they do have flying in that they have Brazen Borrower, but I mean, I guess I'm just not that worried. I'm not that worried. Like, they have the same number of Bloodbraid Elves, which can block our other things. So, okay. Well, if we draw one of our 0 mana creatures, then we get a pretty explosive start here. Okay, so now instead of that, what do we want to do? I think we still want to go bobble into Springleaf Drum. So yeah, we didn't get like an explosive start here or anything, but okay, they shocked in that land, so that tells me that they either have well, they could have petty theft, they could have stomp, they could have fire ice. That's okay. I mean, it will slow us down for them doing that. Okay, but a little less now. So I think honestly, like, the thing that we want is, I think I mean, we don't want them to Force of Negation this, but if they do, that's 2 cards out of their hand for it. Seems likely this is going to get forced. Oh, they're playing Subtlety. How about that? Okay. Yeah. So the thing that really hurts us here now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. The thing that really hurts us is we don't have Canonist or Stub or anything like that. Like, if we had Stubborn Denial, I would not have even tried to cast the plating there. Sure. Well, now I'm just going to bobble them. So they have Brazen Borrower on top. They drew a bunch of their controlling style spells, which is not great for us, but double jar. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. Let's just cast these and redo our artifact count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inkmoth. 6, 7. Just cast this. Okay, so In a pinch, they cannot bounce our Ink Moth. So this sets up a pretty good thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would have 8. Okay, so all they have is petty theft. That's all they have in their hand. I am fine getting an infect on them. Because all petty theft is going to do is stop 4 damage. Sure, they're still going to get an infect. We're just going to recast this. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We would have 8. So if we... Okay. They suspended Crashing Footfalls. I guess that's what you do when it's in your hand. They don't have any mana. So if we find plating here... Okay, so they're going to draw land. So this kind of is our turn to do something to them. Otherwise, they're probably going to win the game. Shouldn't say just win the game, but... They're going to be in good shape to win the game. Okay, so they're going to go to 13. They're going to be at 2 infect. We still just, I mean, now the way this game is shaping itself up, like, we just need to find, because now they can get rhinos. Oh, they don't have a Cascade card. Holy smokes. That is crazy. I mean, that is just straight up crazy. Yeah, I mean... Attack with the team, because they're not going to block Frog... I mean, I guess they could block Frogmite. I don't know why they... I mean, that's fine. We can hit them for 4. Okay. They found another land. So they don't have a Cascade spell. They can flash in Brazen Borrower. That's one important thing. But we have Welding Jar to deal with that. They have to leave that there, because if we draw plating, then they're just dead. Okay, Canonist is a great draw. They might scoop to that. There's a chance that they will just scoop to that. Okay. I might end up using both my jars this turn. Petty theft, fine. No, I don't want to land cycle this. Okay. Recast it. Okay. Well, next. So if they live through this turn, they get rhinos. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to take 4. Okay, so yeah, it's fine. Can I equip this? So if they have another petty theft, okay. Ink moth. The poison counter beat down. So they're going to get the rhinos. So that kind of changes things. Shock that in. Do it. Okay. Okay. Mirror Enforcer, sure. Jeez. We are just I mean, they have double Brazen Borrower. Like they have just somehow, I mean, part of the problem is that we just haven't drawn enough. The one thing that we got that could have ended the game, they had Cryptic for it. And the rest of it they've just kind of let happen. So it's like now we're in this spot where if we send Inkmoth at them, then they cast Brazen Borrower and they have a way to deal with it. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I just sit here. I mean, I could attack with this, but it doesn't represent lethal, so now I just have to sit here. We haven't found Saga. Our opponent has just found so many ways to keep themselves in the game. And the thing is like our deck is bad at top decking. We're a deck that does not top deck like very well at all. So okay. Sending in the goons. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I don't know, I guess block. I guess if they just have a third Brazen Borrower, then it is what it is. Oh my gosh. Yep. I mean, you can't really do anything about the fact that they have this stuff. Oh, and they have petty theft. They had both. Yeah, we just take 7 down to 5. Okay. Well, so now we basically have to draw plating this turn. No, that's not plating. I guess depending on what their last card is, we'll get one more chance to draw plating. But even that's not going to be good enough. Makes you wonder if our opponent I mean, they didn't side out the Cascade package. They left it in. They just didn't draw any of it. They drew all their reactive stuff. Like, they basically just turned themselves into a straight control deck in order to try to deal with what we were doing, and we didn't get a nutty enough start. We never found Saga. Like, finding Urza Saga anywhere in, like, the last 5 turns would have been, at least in this game, would have been difference making. Okay, so if they have third Bone Crusher, then they just kill us. But our only possible way to win right now is to have, well, it doesn't matter. Because Inkmoth won't get through. So we have essentially no way to get through. So if they just have third Giant or Fire Ice or any of that, all right, they're going to let us kill a Borrower. It's fine. Okay. It makes you think they probably sided out some of their Cascade spells. Okay. So if we cast this, we die. Well, we don't die. But it's basically over. They're going to cast Brazen Borrower here on our end step. Yep. So they attack with everything, and we go to 1. And we lose our whole board. No, we die. Okay. So now what? Now do I feel like we need... I mean, with how reactive they are now, I mean, that's kind of what their deck turned into, was just this very reactive spell-based deck. So now I want these Spell Pierces more. And I want the bobble a little less, and I want the second plating a little, or the third plating a little less. Or maybe what I want is, well, because we can't really explode out of the gate too fast against them, maybe we want 1 Etch Champion instead of a Frogmite 2. We just might need a way to get through their board. We don't have any of the huge payoffs this time. So our opponent's trying to decide if they want to hang out on this or not. They're going to 6. Okay. Okay. They must have force. Like, they must just be sitting there thinking about what spell do we want to force. I gotta be honest, like, the thing you want to force is cranial plating. Or I suppose Thoughtcast. Okay. We're not attacking, so let's see what they're gonna draw. All the Brazen Borrowers all the time. That's like probably, I don't know if it's the best card in their deck against us, but it's pretty good. Okay, so the fact that we know they have Brazen Borrower. Okay. So I think they'll use it this turn to make sure that they only take 2 damage. From Frogmite. I would assume they'll just... Oh, okay. That's fine. They decided they wanted to draw a card more. Okay. I'm going to cascade into some rhinos. And I'm not going to activate Inkmoth this turn, so... Looks like we're cascading into rhinos, guys. Yep. Yep. Here we go. We did not find Aethersworn Canonist fast enough. Now we just need plating. And we need him to not have force. Oh my gosh, where were you last turn, man? Well, let's start trying to try to whittle him on Infect. I don't really know. I mean, if they have Force of Negation, I think they just win this game. Okay, so I think I'm honestly just gonna take 8, because if they don't play a land and they try to put out more rhinos, well, even if they play a land and they try to play more rhinos, then we're just gonna get them. Okay, so they're gonna cascade into another one. If they have force, I think we just lose right here if they have Force of Negation. Okay, well, they didn't have it. Plating one time. That is not plating. Springleaf drop. So if we I mean, I think there's a pretty good chance they're just going to have Cryptic. So, I mean, not attacking just seems wrong. All right. So they take 6 down to 9. We get rid of some of their creatures. That's fine. They have so many things that they could have that just end the game, basically. If they have Cryptic, they just win. Sure. I think we're dead. Yep. Well, that was a real bummer. We did okay, but we just had enough games where we didn't. We just kind of drew a lot of our chaff. Like we drew. That game was a good example of just drawing a lot of our stuff that's kind of enablers in the beginning, and we ended up drawing at the back end of the game. You know, and our opponent winning game 2, like that was a game where they just played as a control deck and they managed to be just barely good enough that game. And that really was kind of the whole match, because more often than not, like if they're drawing their best stuff, it's hard to beat. And we would have needed, I mean, we only drew one answer in all of our cards that we drew. We didn't draw Stub, we didn't draw Canonist. So we drew one answer, and then it was good enough for that one card, but it wasn't good enough for the rest. So it's like, you know, when that's kind of how these games always get decided. I know I kind of say it every time we stream, but that's the way it tends to go with these games. The person who draws their better cards at the right time, most of the time, that's going to end up being the game. So, you know, we drew our good stuff a couple times, and like the whole thing started out pretty strong. You know, like we 2-0'd just right away, and then just could not get over the hump after that. So, bummer for us, but you know what? Sometimes you take your lumps. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by, watching a little stream on Fet's Hut channel. And hope you guys have a terrific rest of your day, and we'll see y'all again